Hey everyone. So this is DC Previews number 2 for July 2018. Um, this is not the preview that had the Heroes in Crisis advertisement in it. This is for the month before, which is weird. So this came out at the beginning of this month, but yet it says July 2018, and it's 4 comic books that are coming out in August. So the month is kind of wrong, and the month is kind of wrong. It's like they're trying to say they release it only a month ahead, which they don't. They release it 2 months ahead. I don't know. I don't really get that, but whatever. So yeah, this is for comics coming out in August 2018 because DC Comics and Marvel Comics actually too. They released their solicits ahead of time, so of course you have time to buy them. So I know I just did a quick review on the August previews. I will be doing the full review of that one later. Hopefully not as late as this one. I figured since it is still June 30th, I could still technically do this one and not get called shenanigans of being late, because technically this is for this month. So even though the new one is out, I'm still going to go over this one. Speaking of the date, I just going to share my condolences for all of you fellow Toys R Us kids out there. Today, as I said, is June 30th, 2018, the day that Toys R Us will close its doors forever, which is kind of depressing. I never went there very much as a kid. It was always a special treat when we'd go. We went actually a decent amount when I was younger, like 5, 6, 6-ish. It was just, so cool to have an entire store just filled with toys. So it's really too bad to see it close. And I haven't been there in probably 2 years. I kind of thought about going when it was announced that they were closing, but I honestly didn't want to see it all. You see the pictures and there's nothing on the shelves and it's all empty and just looks abandoned. I didn't really want that to be my last memory of one of my favorite stores as a kid, so I decided to just skip it and remember it how it was and cherish those memories. So anyway, that's a bit depressing, but getting on with the showing you guys the preview. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster than I did with the Marvel previews because that took half an hour and I don't want to keep you guys that long. Oh, by the way, if you see like a little yellow blob in the lower left hand corner, I'm really hoping you're not, but if you are, that is my tripod that I'm using. It's a homemade one, very low tech, very low tech. So hopefully the I don't know, I think it's still kind of shaky. I'm trying to tell. I'll show you guys it at the end so you can see just how cheap it is. I will probably eventually buy a real deal tripod, but for now, I'm just sticking with this. So anyway, hope the picture's fine and all. Sorry if it's not. So, going with the cover, we see that they're bringing back the Super Sons for a mini-series written by Peter J. Tomasi. Unfortunately, the artist is switching to Carlo Barberi. I think that's. I hope I pronounced that right. So Jorge Jimenez is not doing this one for whatever reason. But the art looks good and everything. So yeah, this is going to be a flashback series. So it's not going to be. It's going to take place before the event of No Justice and Man of Steel. So sometime within the Super Sons, while it was still being published, the ongoing series anyway. So at least we're getting more stories with them in it. I'm hoping to see a Super Sons Volume 2 ongoing series come back at some point. But for now, we're gonna have to settle with this. So yeah, I will be getting all these, and I still want to collect all of the Super Sons individual issues, but for now I'll probably just get the omnibus that's coming out in December because that's a bit cheaper. So anyway, that's kind of cool. Now it does. So Jorge Jimenez will be doing a variant cover, which is cool. So yeah, it looks like each issue will be $4. I could read the little solicit here, but you guys have probably already read it. But yeah, they're basically just going on another adventure together. Sounds like they're going to be taking on an interstellar team of bad guys called the Gang. So I guess we'll see what that's all about. It's kind of cool. The bat signal here, is the Super Sun symbol. It's pretty cool. I don't really know anything about this Sandman universe. This is all Bendis's stuff. He's brought his own creator-owned comics over to DC, so I won't be getting any of those. Man, this art is horrible. Look how small his head is compared to the rest of his body. It's so tiny. It's like, what is that? Batman looks alright, I guess, but I don't know. This just looks weird. But hey, if you're into manga and the Justice League, then I guess that's for you. Batman Kings of Fears. So this is gonna be a mini series. Kind of. So it's gonna be about the Scarecrow, and it seems like he's gonna be trying to fight. I guess it says doubt, fear, and insecurity. So I don't know. Again, the art looks kind of weird. Like those bat ears are so long. Don't really care about either of these. For younger readers and for adult readers, basically. Hunt for Rogol Zaar, Supergirl. I need to catch up on Man of Steel. I have 2 through 5, so I need to see what's going on with the Rogol Zaar, and then maybe I'll be a bit more interested in this. And so then we come to all of the new Looney Tunes, DC crossovers. They did some of these earlier this year with Batman and Elmer Fudd, and then I think there was one more that I'm forgetting, but I think it was Martian Manhunter, Marvin the Martian, and there's still another one. I think Flash and Roadrunner, maybe. I'm not sure, but anyway, there's gonna be 4 more. So we have Catwoman, Tweety Bird, Harley Quinn, and Gossamer. Gossamer is one of my favorites. I love that guy. Joker, Daffy Duck, which will be interesting, and then Lex Luthor and Porky Pig. So if you're interested in those, which I am, I think it's cool that DC's doing well enough where they can put out these goofy things and still, be fine financially. I'll get the trade paperback once all these are over with. Same with the Hanna-Barbera ones. They'll all be collected into one book. So I'll be getting that one. By the way, sorry for the background noise. It's raining, if you can't tell. Okay, so now we get to this is probably the thing that excites me most. Is first off, this cover is just awesome. So cool. Patrick Gleason, who drew the art for Peter J. Tomasi's run on Superman, and he did a fantastic job, is coming back to draw Action Comics. Just so cool. I'm so happy about that. And this, it just looks so epic. It's just totally looks like the 1940s Fleischer cartoons. So yeah, you have Superman standing there looking all heroic, and he's standing. Well, I guess no. His shadow is the Daily Planet. So Action Comics is going to be focusing more on like the Daily Planet and that side of his life, and then Superman will be more of the adventure type stuff. So I think both will be good. I'm going to get both actually because they are only once a month, and Superman's my favorite character, and both will hopefully be good. If nothing else, the art will be good. If the story is terrible, at least I know the art will be good. So yeah, it'll be $4, but that's all right. It's just once a month. Sorry. Okay. Sink Atlantis Part 1 and Part 2 from Suicide and Aquaman. So I guess they're crossing over, which is odd, but okay. Batgirl number 26. Can you pronounce that name? Margrade. I think it's supposed to be Margaret. I don't know. Batgirl Annual. Tom King still writing Batman number 52 through 53. So this is after the wedding. It kind of seems like Bruce is going to try to be settling down, but the role of Batman is going to pull him back into the life of crime fighting. So it sounds just kind of like a soap opera. I think Dick Grayson is going to be wearing the Bat costume actually for a little bit. So that might be worth seeing. But I don't know, for $4 just to see Dick Grayson in the costume, I don't know. Batman Beyond. I never followed this cartoon or comic book series. It always kind of weirded me out. It was strange to see somebody besides Bruce Wayne in the Batman costume. I should give it another try one of these times, but not right now. Don't care about Batwoman, Catwoman, and don't care about... this is Vertigo, Young Animal stuff, which is just in print. New Age of Heroes, Curse of Brimstone. Not really going to talk about that. Cyborg, written by Marv Wolfman, who originally created Cyborg. So that's cool. I always like it when people that created a character had something to do with the creation of a character, or a really big part of the character's history, are writing them. It usually just makes for a good comic. Most of the time. There are some exceptions, like when Bendis was writing Riri, it was terrible, just terrible. Dang, each issue of Cyborg is $5. It's because Wolfman is writing it. For those of you who don't know, he created the Teen Titans and Deathstroke and a bunch of other ones. Damage, another New Age of Heroes. I'm not really interested. Deathstroke number 34. Finishing up Batman vs. Deathstroke. That is a long freaking story arc. Usually I get it's, Deathstroke versus Batman, the fight of the century. But for five issues, $4 each, especially when the first one was so boring, no thank you. Christopher Priest, somebody I respect, but I don't really care for his writing. Detective Comics 986 through 987. It'll be interesting to see if Brian Hill's a good writer for this. He starts on issue 82, 83, I think, which both of those are out right now actually, but I didn't end up getting them when I went to the comic shop just because I knew I was going to be spending a lot of money already. But they are only $3 each, so that definitely makes it more pocketbook friendly. DC Young Animals, Flash, teaming up with Captain Cold, or I guess now he's called Commander Cold, and he's going to be going to the House of Heroes at the center of the multiverse to meet with the Flash of the 52 worlds, to get information on new forces he's recently encountered. So both those will be $4 each. I'll probably... See, I know that Joshua Williamson is a good writer. He had something to do with No Justice, but I haven't read anything that's just exclusively written by him. So I'll probably pick up the trade paperbacks of whatever the last run was, because that one was good. Green Arrow is going to Seattle. So if you want to see Green Arrow in Seattle face this axe-looking dude, you can pick this up. Green Lanterns, written by Dan Jurgens. So Dan Jurgens was writing Action Comics. He's been writing it or was writing it since Rebirth started, and then Bendis came in and they moved Jurgens to Green Lanterns, so maybe that'll be good. I'm not a huge Green Lantern fan, but if you are, then this might be pretty good. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, so this is focusing more on Hal Jordan. He's fighting Zod, so if you're interested in that. Oh, whoa, final issue. Hold on a minute. I did not see that. Huh. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing with Hal Jordan after this. Maybe they're going to be taking him back to just the Green Lanterns and getting rid of Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz, who's, I think Baz is a Muslim and Cruz is gay or something, or a lesbian. I get so sick of political correctness. I really do. I want to make a video about Laura Ingalls Wilder getting removed from... Her name is getting removed from her own award. How stupid is that? Because her books contained references or derogatory references to Native Americans. Cry me a river. Golly, I get so sick of it. Harley Quinn, 4748. Hawkman number 3. I think this is going to be a good series, but I'm just not a huge Hawkman fan, so I won't be getting that. Immortal Men, another DC New Age of Heroes. Not really interested. Injustice 2, not really interested. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. The 2 video games now in the comic books. Not really interested. Justice League number 5 through 6. Definitely going to get those. I read issue 1. It was really cool. And I'm expecting number 2 to be just as good. 3 and 4 come out in July, so pretty much this month. Only one day away from being able to say that. Justice League Dark and Justice League Odyssey, so they're kind of expanding the reach of the Justice League, which is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of Justice League Unlimited, but I don't know if it'll be good or not. So far, Action Comics number 2 and Justice League 5 through 6 are the 2 ones that I'm really excited for, plus Super Sons. So yeah, Super Sons, Action Comics, and Justice League. Mad Magazine, looks like they relaunched that, so I guess that'll get a new number 1, and by August it'll be at number 3. Mr. Miracle, which I know Zach from the Diversity in Comics loves. It's written by Tom King, and like the first few issues were really good, I guess, but I don't know, I think it kind of went downhill. So see, Tom King, he's supposedly like an ex-CIA operative in real life, but I kind of feel like he was the therapist, because I feel like anybody that was very important in the CIA wouldn't be able to say that they were in the CIA. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about that. Maybe, yeah, he was just like the coffee run guy. More DC Young Animal stuff I don't really care about. New Challengers, DC New Age of Heroes stuff. Nightwing, it's too bad Nightwing is twice a month. It makes it pretty hard to follow the story because of the money. If it was $3 for each issue, that would make it a little bit better. Ben Percy is a good writer. He writes good stuff. Excuse me. But it just gets too expensive. Plus, with Justice League being $4 twice a month, that's really the... I can really only afford about one twice monthly book, and I'm choosing it to be Justice League. Well, I gotta decide on Avengers too. I wasn't really thinking about Marvel stuff, but at least for DC, I can only afford one bi-monthly book. Bi-monthly? Is that right? Yeah, bi-monthly book. No, twice monthly book. Sorry, getting that mixed up. Don't really know anything about that. Red Hood and the Outlaws, Jason Todd, of course. This is written by Scott Lobdell, who was writing Teen Titans when I first got into comics. About... Sheesh, has that been 5 years ago? Dang, it's almost been 5 years ago since I really started following comics, and the New 52 kind of sucked me in. I mean, New 52 started in 2011, but I only started reading it in like 2012 or 13. 2013. Yeah, so almost 5 years ago. Craziness. Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, which I heard was kind of good, but I don't really like it when they take classic characters and make them all weird. I don't know. For some people, that's their thing. It's just not mine, really, I guess. I don't know. I haven't read it, so I can't say, but, it's... No thanks, not for now. Scooby-Doo Team Up and Scooby-Doo Where Are You number 94. That's really cool this has gone on for that long. Keeping the classic Scooby-Doo alive. Almost to issue 100, so that's pretty cool. The Scooby-Doo team-ups are always fun. I haven't really read any of them besides the one with the Justice League, but it's, always cool to see the team-ups. And one of my favorite things to watch as a kid was the Batman Scooby-Doo team-up. It was so cool to see those two together. DC's Young Animals, again, looks weird. Sideways, that's a good cover, actually. He's looking at like a family album and he's crying over it. That is a good cover. But I'm not really following that. I thought about it, but I decided against it. Same with Silencer. I know Zach from Diversity in Comics loves this series, but I'm just not there since I don't really know the character that well. For the annual, she's going to be teaming up with Batman, so that's kind of cool. Suicide Squad, don't really care about. Superman number 2, I'm hoping this series is good. Ivan Reis, however you pronounce that, is on the art. He did a really good job. I think he did. I definitely know he did stuff in Action Comics that was good. But I thought he was in No Justice, but I'm not sure now. Anyway, I know he's a good artist, and at least that's, again, if the story's terrible, at least there will be good art. But so far, I think Bendis has been alright with Man of Steel. I really need to read 2 through 5. Number 1 was really good, and I've heard 2 through 5 are good as well, so I'll have to see that. Okay, so the thing with the new Teen Titans here, they're definitely going for like a younger, more hip audience with all this inclusivity. So you have really the only classic character that's even part of the Teen Titans anymore is Robin, and that's not even the Robin like Dick Grayson. This is Damian Wayne. Everybody else is kind of new. I thought about getting it, but there was a preview in Batman 48, I think, or 49, and it just looked kind of goofy. So I don't know. We'll see. Same with Titans. I thought I was going to be getting that, but after reading the preview, and I think it was Justice League, I think I might have decided against it. We'll see. But I do want to get this one because Gizmo's going to be in it, and he's one of my favorite villains from the cartoon. So I probably will be getting that one. Teen Titans Go, so they're definitely, since they're coming out with a movie for Teen Titans Go, which I think is hilarious. I hope it's really good. I don't really know what to expect, but I just think it's funny that they're coming out with one for it. So yeah, as you can see, they're all, getting hyped and building up the hype for the movie. The Terrifics, probably, to me, it looks like the most interesting one out of the new age of DC heroes. But again, not going to be getting it, even though it's only $3. If you want something new and different, you should definitely pick this one up. So yeah, here's the Titans that I was talking about. This one, because I like this cast of characters better than what's in the Teen Titans right now. You've got Raven, Miss Martian, Beast Boy, Nightwing. You have looks like a female version of Steel. And Steel was originally a black dude back in the 90s who built a Superman suit out of steel. And then, of course, you have Donna Troy. So you have more classic characters in Titans, but I don't know if Dan Abnett's going to be that great of a writer. We'll just have to see. Unexpected, more New Age of Heroes, Wildstorm. Don't know anything about that. Again, more Wildstorm. And then Wonder Woman 52 through 53. Don't know much about this book, like if it's good or not. It looks like Cassie Sandmark is in there. so that's kind of cool. But besides that, I don't really know anything about it. But if you like Wonder Woman, they have it. And then we get into a bunch of the collected editions. So yeah, here's the Hanna-Barbera meets DC trade paperback that I'll be getting. It's only $17, and it'll collect all of the issues where they crossed over. Flash was written by Mark Waid at one time. Yeah. You have the Action Comics 1000 Deluxe Edition. They just keep coming out with more Action Comics stuff for the 1000th issue. Then Batman The Dark Knight Returns Modern Classics Edition. So it looks like they're coming out with a new line of modern classic stuff, so that's kind of cool. Nightfall, which is where Batman gets his back broke. I actually have that issue. But they're since it's the 25th anniversary, you're coming out with a bunch of stuff for that. I want to get these. They're like the Golden Age, Batman the Golden Age. So they collect the stories from, well, the Golden Age. They're on Volume 5. They've also done it for Superman, Action Comics, Detective Comics, Flash, I think. Well, no, they've done Silver Age for Flash. But anyway, I just want to get these at some point in the future because I love these old stories. And I just, man, you cannot beat this art. The classic look of this art is so cool. Modern art is nice because it looks a bit more realistic, but yeah, this is just, I don't know, this really gets me excited and happy when I see that kind of art. Volume 7 of Detective Comics, more Batman stuff. The 4 Watchmen Omnibus, which I heard was kind of terrible. I don't know. Wedding stuff. So I'm just gonna tell you this, spoiler alert, the Batman wedding stuff is boring. The preludes have all been boring, and so far 48 and 49 were boring. I'll do separate reviews on those, but they were boring. This might be where I start getting the trade paperbacks for Flash, because this is where it kind of started getting interesting. I don't know. I want to get this issue, not this paperback. Although I don't know, Nightwing paperback, the trade paperbacks, I know they were good. Let's see that. Let's see, the Real Comic Book Gamer. He's the one that recommended this, so maybe I'll get it. Here's a trade paperback for No Justice. Super Sons Volume 3. I don't know if I'll get that. Maybe, maybe not. Titans Volume 4. Action figures. Yep. Alrighty. Here's I'll show the checklist. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. I kept it to just under half an hour. Sorry again for the long video, but let me know which DC Comics coming out in August you're excited for. Let me know which ones you'd like me to review. I will review any DC comic that you want me to. There's not any like that I opposed to buying, except for Batwoman. That would be weird. But nah, seriously, I don't. There's not any writers at DC right now that I absolutely hate, like at Marvel. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, you are awesome. You are super friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh! I gotta show you the. All right, here we go. Ta-da! That is my tripod. So the camera just sits right in here. So you might have been seeing this corner. But yeah, it's just a box that had some wet ones in it. And I was like, you know what? This is going to work. I'm going to make it work. So hopefully the camera was a bit more stable. You guys let me know what you thought. All right. Now I'm going to sign off. Bye.